What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today we have an absolutely terrible excuse for a mother that is getting exposed on Dr. Phil. Seriously, keep watching until the end just to see how bad she is at parenting, as well as drop a like if you enjoy my content, as it helps out a ton and only takes a couple of seconds. First, we are meeting this woman's parents, who had to make this woman, a 31-year-old grown adult, sign a behavior contract if they were to help take care of her kids for her and, let her live there in the house with them. And that's just how big of a train wreck her life is at this point. So let's jump into that and see the details of it.
Now, she's 31?
She's 31,
okay.
Yes.
All right, I agree not to drink. I agree not to go to bars. I agree to be in better communication.
Bro, if you looked at this, you would think that this was just some college-aged kid, that they are hoping to help get better grades or something, and they gotta be a little bit strict. Not a 31-year-old grown adult woman that is still living under their roof and not following the rules. Like, if you have to write out a behavior or house rules contract for your over 30-year-old kid that is still living with you, that is a dire situation at that point. Like, something's gotta change in one of you. Either force them to get a job and get their stuff together, or I don't really know what else. Like, I know you love your kid, but if it's gotten this bad, you gotta show some tough love, alright? That's just how the world goes around, and that's how people learn.
In August, she got a DUI.
Correct.
And that's why you said no drinking.
Correct.
Because the judge says no drinking.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, and she has a DUI. Wow, even better. Yeah, this woman sounds like an excellent member of society at this point. When she's not bumming off her parents and forcing them to raise her kids, she is out getting tipsy and driving around town. If you can't tell, I absolutely hate that. And I think that doing that is one of the most selfish and downright just utterly stupid things you could do. Like, that's a big yikes, bro. She sounds like a real piece of work.
Right.
Serious. I mean, you can get hurt. Didn't get her attention.
No. Well, I thought it did.
Okay, so that's good. Both of the parents are knowing that she is still out doing this stuff, and we get a nice picture of the damage that she has caused while driving under the influence. Wow, to be honest, side note though, shout out to whoever her car manufacturer is. Can't really tell what kind of car that is from here, but I mean, that could be a lot worse. At least she didn't absolutely destroy the whole car, because that can happen. But still, as a parent, if this happened, wouldn't you literally have your child on pretty much like quarantine or something and keep a super watchful eye on them? Like, I know she's an adult and she can go out and do her own thing and make her own dumb decisions, but if that's how she wants to play, you guys have the right to kick her out of the house as well. Look, it's a two-way street, alright? She has to find her own way of living as an adult if she wants to be treated as one.
They were all panicked. They wanted to get her out, and I said, you leave her there. It's one thing Dr. Phil would say, you leave her there.
Yeah.
And so we left her there.
Bro, if you get a fist bump from Dr. Phil, that's like the highest honor one could have on this show. Seriously, that's like getting knighted. That's baller. At least the mom knew to show her some tough love, like I was saying, but sadly, on that same night that she got brought in for this DUI and this 3-car collision that she had, yep, that's right, 2 other cars suffered as a result of this, her boyfriend bailed her out, as well as her sister, which I can understand because they don't want to have her in jail, but if you really love someone, you gotta at least let them ride out that punishment so that they know that they have done wrong and they can learn from it. Because now this woman's sitting here thinking, oh, I can just hit the bar or club and go driving around like I'm a character in GTA 5, and then when I get arrested, my boyfriend will just bail me out. Fun times.
I've tried
You're right.
Dr. Phil.
I mean, you should leave her there, right? And
absolutely. You don't
Yeah.
reward bad behavior.
There you go.
2 fist bumps, bro? Wow, this lady is on fire. It's hype to see some mature adults on this show finally that know how to parent at least a little. I mean, I would probably be much harsher on my kid. Look, I understand that them living with you in today's day and age is, kind of normal, especially with my generation. Housing is so expensive and it's just insane, and jobs aren't paying enough, so sometimes you gotta live with your parents. But if your parents are extending their love for you like that and allowing you to live with them in their home, you should be good on your own while you're living with them, not out causing havoc like this lady. Look, that's just not gonna fly, alright? That is so disrespectful. Also, I realize with how much I talk about parenting, I probably sound like I'm gonna be the meanest dad ever, but I promise I won't be. I'm gonna be sensible at least. But look, some of these parents just don't know how to show tough love.
I just feel like I need to be treated as an adult.
Behave like one.
So now we finally meet this woman and she starts off on a bad foot here. I need to be treated as an adult. Well, how about you get treated as an adult when you start acting like one? This lady legit abandoned her kids pretty much and lives with her parents who have to raise their daughter and son for her, and she went out and caused a 3-car collision, might I add, after a night out on the town and chose to drive intoxicated. If that isn't some of the most childish stuff I've ever heard of, I don't know what is. So look, if you want to get treated like an adult, start acting like one. It's as simple as that. I know I sound like every stereotypical parent ever out there, but it's true. You gotta get your life together, sis, alright?
Are you a danger to yourself?
Sometimes, yeah. No one's perfect.
Yeah, no. Everybody doesn't have children and drop them off.
Burn from Dr. Phil. He just called this woman out, but it is totally justified. Her whole attitude has been so whack, bruh. I skipped past a big segment of this show where he's basically going over what she has done wrong and explaining to her why she isn't gonna make a change with her current mindset. Because in her eyes, she doesn't believe she's done anything wrong and isn't taking any personal responsibility, and that's 100% the case here. I don't know how she can't grasp that, but apparently she can't. This lady's life is in a downward spiral right now, and her best comeback to being faced with that information is, nobody's perfect. Yeah, nobody's perfect, but you can be closer to perfect than being an abandoning mother with a drinking problem that is a danger to herself and others, and also lives and mooches off her parents at the old age of 31. Imagine her going to court and using that argument when fighting the DUI case as well. She probably stood up in front of the judge and says, "Your Honor, I understand I caused the pileup of 3 cars on the highway from drinking and driving, but you have to understand my side of it, alright? Look, nobody's perfect." Or she just starts singing that Hannah Montana song of the same title. Oh, that would be absolutely hilarious. Probably not far from what actually happened in court either, I'm willing to bet. Hey, you guys made it pretty far into this video, so real quick, I'm going to ask you to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell in the next 5 seconds. And if you can do all of that, I'm going to reward you with your very own working, portable laser beam. Careful though, it's probably very strong and might destroy your home, so use it with caution. Anyways, on with the rest of the video.
Because I haven't learned to grow up yet. You get told that you're a certain person every day and you believe it.
Yo, to be honest, I've been really going in on this woman in this video, but I do feel for her here. It seems like her parents might be, pretty strict and could have been that way since a young age. So when she had kids that young, like she did, you might not be able to make the best decisions always, or might need some help here and there. And when your parents are constantly telling you that you are a child yourself and that you need them to help you and you won't be able to do anything on your own, you start to kind of believe that. Now, I'm not saying she isn't messed up, but that probably has a big part in this whole dynamic that is going on here with her family. I'm sure her being humiliated into having to write up a contract like she's some 13-year-old that just got grounded for a week really hurts inside, and probably struggles with that every day, honestly. She just needs to separate herself from that though and start working on herself, because in this cycle she's in now, it seems like she might not ever make it out.
With your answers, you say you want what you want when you want it. You don't think you should be held to a standard of an adult. You don't think that consequences should apply to you. These are all of the things that say, I'm 13 in emotional age.
I guess I'm 13 then.
Oh my god, this lady is so freaking annoying, bro. You are on this show to get help, be real, and stop being so defensive. This is my pet peeve. Literally anyone who you try to talk to or might get into an argument with, and as soon as you say something they don't like, they just shut down, they stop the conversation, and they become super defensive, like, wow, I guess I'm just a terrible person and you hate me. Way to go. Like, that is such a whack cop-out in a conversation. Like, no wonder this woman can't be mature. The funny part is that all this stuff he just listed off is legit what she said. They had her fill out those questions and those are her real answers, so I don't get why she's acting like Dr. Phil is twisting her words, because that is not the case. So to end things off on a really sad note, Dr. Phil is pulling no stops here. He legit brings out these letters that her son and daughter wrote about her, and they're so sad, bruh. Like, he's reading these off and she's just on stage crying. It's actually really uncomfortable, but I'm not gonna show a clip of it because it kind of drags on, to be honest. But basically, like I said, she abandoned both of these kids because she couldn't grow up and step up to the plate to become a parent when she needed to, and now she's hearing about how they both love her, but they both wish that she would have been there for them as a mother, and she starts, breaking down and crying. Of course they're gonna say that though, like no kid wants to be without their parent. You'd have to be crazy to think that they would be okay with that. This lady was young when she had them, and of course, that's gonna be difficult, but once again, she goes and blames everything else but her because she's perfect, and then shuts down and gets defensive. So honestly, that's about as much as I want to show this woman today, because I'm legit just getting annoyed at how closed off she's being. because she is never going to get help if she keeps reacting in that way. I don't know if Dr. Phil sent her to the ranch or anything, but that would probably be the best for her because she needs to get her life in check. If there's anything I want you guys to take away from this video, it's to take personal responsibility for your own actions. You know, it's hard to do, but trust me, your life gets 100% easier to understand and cope with when things get rough. You can't blame the world for everything. Anyways, that about does it for today's video, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.